Mixing bows with a ton of XP. Fishing for bows with a ton of XP. Looking at the best bows in the game while having a ton of XP. And 540! MaitreDesBlocs strikes once again. Hello, YouTube! This is MaitreDesBlocs, and today we're going to continue our Minecraft Let's Play for episode 540. No, I'm joking. It's only episode 58, I think, of the Minecraft Let's Play series. It would be cool, though, if my XP number matched the episode number, but our episode count is way lower than this. I can't believe I have 500 levels! I AFK'd here for, like, I don't even know. 3 days? 4 days? I just AFK'd? I think it stopped. I think it finally got stuck. I don't know how to call it. Sometimes the pigmen do that. If the game just decides to make all the pigmen despawn at the same time as the ones are killed, and there are none left on the entire circle, then they just spawn back and they're not mad. So sometimes I have to just take an arrow and restart it just like this. Whoops, I missed. There we go. But apart from that, it's a really, really good farm. 540 levels. The most I got with my other gold farm before this one was, I think, 320 or 350 levels. Something like that. It wasn't that much whatsoever. This is just crazy. Oh yeah, by the way, I did the math required to know what amount of XP you need to get from 0 to 540 levels with only pigmen XP, and the results are pretty crazy. But before I get into that, I'm going to say what is the math equation you need to do to know how many XP orbs are required to make a full level. So if you're between level 0 and 15, to make one full level with XP orbs, you need the amount of XP orbs you will need is equal to 2 times your level plus 7. If you're between 16 and 30, the amount of XP orbs you need is 5 times your current level minus 38. And if you're level 31 and above, your XP orb count you'll need is 9 times your current level minus 158. Using that equation, you can figure out how many XP orbs you needed to get to a certain amount of levels. And so I did that for level 540, and the amount of XP orbs I need are 1,226,670, and that is equal to 245,334 pigmen killed to get from 0 to level 540. So basically, to get this amount of levels, I needed to become a murderer of pigmen, and that's what I did here with this farm, and it's crazy, but I love it. Alright, so there are a couple of changes I did to this farm that I wanted to show you since last episode, but for that I had to wait until this farm stopped working because for some reason I couldn't get the pigmen to become nice again. They were stuck to being mad for some reason, and I flew away, came back to let them despawn, but they weren't actually losing their anger tag, so I just had to wait until they all, just for some reason, became mad, and now it's all fine, so I can actually move around and show you the changes I did. The most obvious one you might notice right away is the iron golems right here. We didn't have any iron golems in the last episode, and these are placed here, so the magma slime, or magma cubes as you call them, that spawn on these layers here would actually see these iron golems, try to hop towards them, and then eventually just end up hitting the nether brick fence behind the iron golem there and fall straight down until they despawn all the way down there. So that way the pigmen can still spawn without the magma slime interfering with the rest of the farm. That guy right there might actually show this if he's nice. Will he go towards those iron golems? No, I don't think he will. He's too busy looking at the corner, but let me fly over so I can show you how I put the iron golems. Oh, dang. Oh, no. Ow! Go back up. Alright, I think this is a good place to show it. So this is what I did for every single iron golem. He's sitting on an iron trapdoor with some fences right in front of it. And since fences are 1.5 block high, the gap between this fence here and this fence here for the collision box is 0.5 blocks. So the small magma slimes cannot jump in that gap and hit the iron golem. The thing is, the collision is 0.5 blocks above of the top of the fence, but animals and mobs and whatever can still see through this one high gap. So the magma slimes who spawn on this layer here can actually see the eyes of this golem and target it, even though they will never be able to fit in the gap. Same for the one above there, and same for the one above there. And to stack them how close I did here, it was kind of easy. I learned that the iron golems are 1.7 I mean, blocks high, so they can fit under a trapdoor gap. So that's how I stacked them directly on top of each other, because they all fit underneath of the top trapdoor, and I did that for all the 4 arcs. Another thing I did is I added 4 pigmen right here in the 4 corners, or they're not really corners, but the 4 cardinal points of the farm, and these pigmen here are named so they will never despawn, and they keep these pigmen above all the time angry, because this pigman makes this pigman angry, and this guy makes that one angry, and this one makes that one angry, this one makes the one, and then this one angry, and so on. So basically these 4 pigmen here are making each other angry whenever one of them gets angry, and so everything above here, even if all of these despawn at once, whenever there are going to be a new one that spawns, they're all going to be angry again. For some reason though, sometimes the pigmen still lose their anger tag, and they all become passive every now and then. I don't know why that happens. I think maybe these pigmen here have a chance to all become passive in the same time as these ones would be gone. I don't know, the chance of this happening is really, really small, but every now and then I have to reset the XP generation of the farm, and I don't know why that is happening, so I'm gonna have to do some experiments with that. Another issue I have with the farm, by the way, is that I have some pigmen spawning in the slime block launchers that are supposed to make the XP come up. They can spawn on slime blocks, and they never die because they get just thrown up, and then the slime blocks reduce their fall damage. So they never, ever die. And they keep on accumulating on these slime blocks, because as soon as these ones are thrown up, new ones can spawn below. So after using this farm for a couple hours, I had easily like 30 pigmen per thing here. And they don't count the mod cap either, because some items are there, because I don't have the item collection system yet. The items will just float on this ice, and some swords and stuff will be here. If the pigman picks up a sword that's better than theirs, they will keep it, and they will never ever despawn. So these guys here are all undespawnable, and they do not count in the mob cap. So just stay there forever. And over time, if I had enough of these, they could crash my game, and I have no way to deal with them. And I think the last change I did is I removed the hoppers that were picking up the items right where these note blocks are at the moment. Can I actually break into this to show? Yeah, I think I can. There used to be hoppers right here that would pick up all the items, but the hoppers were not connected to any item collection system yet. Now I replace these with note blocks, these as for all the other non-stickable blocks. The slime blocks cannot pull or push these, so that's how I control that these stay in place. And the reason why I changed them to note blocks is because I can have hopper minecarts below these, and they will still pick up the items. But the problem with the hoppers was that some of the XP was getting stuck in the hoppers, like, cabinet, basket, I don't know. The thing it creates like a vase. Some XP was going in there. Whoa, that pigman just died. And it was never ever getting pushed by the slime blocks because it was below the slime blocks itself. And when the slime block was pushing, it was making it glitch through the hopper and falling all the way down to the bedrock below. So we're losing some efficiency of the XP because of these hoppers, and I replaced these with these blocks here, and I think that improved the XP generation of quite a bit. But now the next thing I have to do is I have to figure out what am I going to do with these 547 levels? I do not want to die with this amount of levels. I want to actually do something with all this XP, and I was wondering, what can I do with 547 levels? And then I thought, I could actually either enchant stuff, which I don't really need to do because I have all the enchantments in the game, or we can use it to repair or fix some tools up, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. While fishing over the long time of this series, I used a fishing farm that is in this building over here. We're back on Home Island, by the way. And I got so many enchanted bows over time. I kept some of the really good ones that I got, and threw away a whole bunch of others. These are just a few I got. You can see how amazing these are. For a long time, I wanted to make a bunch of the best bows in the game, because in 1.11, when I'm going to update, there is a change they made where Mending and Infinity are not compatible anymore to put on the same bow. So what I wanted to do is to make a whole bunch of Mending and Infinity bows just in reserve in case when we update, I break this one or lose these ones, and I need another Mending Infinity bow to use in my world. But to do that, I needed a whole bunch of XP to be able to mix those bows. And now I finally have that, 547 levels. So I think I'm going to use that to make a bunch of the best bows in the game. With these bows here, I'm going to mix them together. I don't have enough here though, and I threw away a whole bunch of others while fishing over the course of the LP, so I think I'm going to go back in that fishing farm and fish for even more of these bows, so I can just make a whole bunch of the best bows in the game, and I'll see how many I can make, and I'll see how much XP it takes to make, let's see, I don't know, how about 10? I'll try to make 10 of these bows, and I'll see if I still have levels after that even. Mixing bows with a ton of XP. Fishing for bows with a ton of XP. Looking at the best bows in the game while having a ton of XP. And there we go, we got 5 of the best bows possible to get in the game. Power 5, Unbreaking 3, Mending, Infinity, Punch 2, and Flame on 5 different bows. And for those of you who like perfection, these are all exactly aligned. What I mean is the enchantment order is the same with all of these, and I tried to do that and I managed to succeed. So now when we will update to the 1.11, I'll have, ring, I'll have a few bows in reserve for having Mending and Infinity on the same bows before they remove that ability. The only thing I wanted to do, I thought I could do before updating also, apart from this, was to make some just Infinity and Mending bows. The problem with that, though, is that I enchanted a whole bunch of bows, I fished a whole bunch of bows, and I never seemed to get, Mending, that's it. Or Infinity, and that's it on a bow. I thought it would be cool to have, just Mending and Infinity bows. So if we want to add, custom enchantments to it or whatever, we can decide what we want to put on it, instead of having everything already chosen on here. But I don't know why we would need a bow without, all the maximum enchantments. For a farm, maybe? If there was a farm concept where you would kill mobs using arrows, you shoot them, and you would want to have Mending and Infinity on your bow, or I don't know why, but I thought it was just unnecessary to go through all the work to get those, and I think 5 of the best bows in the game will be good enough to do for the 1.11 update. Now moving on to the main project of today's episode. Can I run down this path without looking where I'm going? Yes, I can. I'm so cool and I love it. Anyways, we are going to work a little bit on expanding the forest surrounding Home Island. We did these custom trees recently that look really cool. We also put some bushes around and stuff. We finished that entire area over there where, the mountain is overshadowing that entire area. That whole area now is complete. We put some plants, we put some vines, some lighting, some bushes, and the torches have been removed. I want the whole island to be like that one day. And we have so many areas that we haven't actually expanded into, but a long time ago I thought we would do that one day. And today is the day. There's no better time than today. I almost said tomorrow, but that doesn't make sense. Today is what I meant. For example, we built this bridge here because I was thinking we would have one day a way for us to go through this forest here and then climb the hill, kind of like this, and get up to the XP fountain right over here. This is now just in an awkward area with torches everywhere, no vegetation whatsoever, no way to get up here really except from jumping and stuff, and we have this bridge leading to nowhere. So it's time for me to connect the two finally. So what I think I'll do is, because there is a pond here, I was thinking first I'll just make this go up straight, no problem. But then I saw this pond and I'm like, we'll have to fill that up if we're going to make this like path go straight this way. What if we leave that pond and we make something cool around it to make it look like it fits there, and instead we make the path go around to the left and then like serpentine its way up around this hill like this, and then in between this tree here and the side here, and then it emerges to the XP fountain. I think that'll be really, really cool. The thing though is I have to try some things out with path blocks to make that work. So first of all, I'll just get rid of all this nasty grass that is blocking my path here. The nasty grass has been taken care of, and I just realized there's still a flower right there. What are you doing there? How do you dare grow in this area where I'm going to build something? You can die. There we go. That's right. I kill flowers with no shame. But yeah, we're gonna try to make something interesting with the path blocks like this and just make something serpentining its way up the hill. The key with paths usually in this game is randomness. Everyone that I ever heard talk about path tricks said that, basically. So that's what I'm going to try to do at first, is just to make it a little bit random, and we're going to make it be a little bit more continuous and organized afterwards. So first of all, how bad does a random attempt like this look? Let's see. Like, this part here looks really, really nice. I don't want it to completely go all the way to the side of this, because I want it to look like if the path is like the natural feel, and this fountain is like the more built, man-made area of the place. So I like the space in between the two here. This part here is perfect. That should be connected, so we should do something about that. There should be one over there, just for continuity. And maybe this hill should be moved back a couple blocks. I think that'll help it a little bit. Something like this. Yeah, that would work. I'll have to wait until the grass grows there so I can make more path blocks. And then it goes all the way here. That goes a little bit too down there. I'll have to fix that. And this is very, very steep. Like, that doesn't look good. We have another area, like here, for example. Whenever we had a slope to work with, we put a mix of slabs in these path blocks. Why spruce slabs? Because I think those look really good for the color of them with the path block. So I'll try to do something similar with this area here. Do I have a crafting table? No, I do not, of course. You know what? Honestly, this idea even works better than I thought it would. I love the way this is going. This path really looks good in this area. The only problem I have with it is that straight cliff it does right there. Because of the slope we need to make for the half slabs and the path block and then half slab path block, I had to smooth out this section for the path to be able to go up all the way in a smooth fashion. So because of that, it leaves a straight wall right here. Because of the cliff already being made this shape as it was before, I had to terraform it a little bit. Now I have two options. Well, first of all, this isn't supposed to be there. That's supposed to be grass. What is that doing there? I don't know. I think I forgot to change it. There we go. We have two options to do with this cliff. Number one, we either smooth it out and make the slope go that way too. So basically we'll get rid of some of this and some of the top there to make this go like up like a slope right here. And the second option is to make some sort of natural formation here to make that look good. And then for that I had some sub options. Either we could make a wall like we did in the wheat field with some stone bricks here to make like a supported wall that was man-made to hold the cliff back. Or another idea I had was that we move this dirt back a bit and make it like if the cliff is like floaty a little bit. Yeah, Yeah, no. I think I'll try the man-made stone brick wall to hold this. I think they'll look a lot better. The sun is setting, but in the last rays of light that are emanating from the sun, that failed so bad. I'm trying to say, in the last light of the day, I wanted to show you what I did to the path here with this wall included. I like this quite a bit more than the other idea. That is definitely what I'm going to go with. I like the mix between the different types. I don't know, I'm always a fan of these, like, stone brick walls. I don't know, they just always look good. Stone bricks go well with pretty much everything in this game. I'm going to put some torches so we can see the path at night, because I'm going to put some lamps like these ones along the path when it's done, so it's actually lit up, because right now there's no source of light around the area. Another idea I thought I could do is that since you have one thing bordering the path on that side, there's nothing on this side here. One thing I could do is I could put one of these big trees around, like, here or something, maybe? Or maybe, like, here? Or one of these places around to help bordering the area a little bit, and also to put more trees in the forest. But another idea I had to do also is to continue this fence idea here along the path here. The problem is this path is on a slope, so the fences don't really work on slopes. But what if we make like a broken fence kind of deal, where we have like just like random fences every now and then without really having them like all connected? It could work. It could work with some tweaking. It's all about the tweaking. Like, when you see something in this game and you think, oh, this will look good, and then you try it and it looks horrible, sometimes if we're scrapping the idea, you just gotta tweak things a little bit. For example, if we had grass going like here, this one looks weird because it's connected to two different corners. So if we move this like this, I think that'll improve. I don't think that is the problem with this. Maybe if we get rid of this and we move that there as well? How about that? That looks good. That looks good, because then it goes like here, and then it moves a little bit that way, and then it moves a little bit that way, and then it turns around the top. How does it look when I go up? This one is weird. I'll fix that. There we go. Then the corner. That's not connected to anything. That should be connected to something. Or I can just remove it altogether. That works as well. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a feel for it. This is working well. I like it. And now all I have to do is to make some more of these lights and put them along the path so it's lit up. Well, this project has been carried a little bit more than I thought it would. I'm going to show you what I did so far. Right now I'm here in the center of the town, and I'm going to take the path that we made all the way through the bridge, all the way to the end of it, so I can show you what it looks like now. And I like the look of this quite a bit. This is what you see when you go up. Now I added some trees here. Well, that one was already there, but I added a couple more of these big oak trees to make more of a canopy above our heads. I also put a spruce tree right here with the special leaf combination to add a little bit more foliage again. And I put the lamps, of course, so now at nighttime it's not all black. I put all the grass around, and I like it. I like it quite a bit. Also, around the top here, at some point, here, I started some leaves. I don't exactly know if these look good or not, but I thought it would be good if the border here switches from these fences to the leaves, just for some artistic purposes, and I like it. I also put a bench right here, so people can sit and enjoy this small fountain-y area. And another thing I like is the fountain is a little bit hidden, like from here, but when you go up here, you're just like, oh, secret fountain, so secretive. I haven't seen that before. It unveils as you go up the path, which I quite like the effect of that, and it's also a little bit bordered with the vegetation on both sides. I also put this here. This is just like a random message board or whatever to say that this is the old tree, because if I'm not wrong, this tree is the oldest tree of the entire island. Like, from all the trees I have here, that one is the one that has been there for the longest time. I think I planted it in like episode 4 or 5. I just came on this island with some oak saplings, and I was like, oh, I can plant some trees in this mushroom island to start getting some wood. So I came here, broke a piece of mycelium, placed a piece of dirt, planted a tree, got this one, and I was like, nope, I'm gonna remove this later, so I left it. And since then, it caught on fire multiple times. Some of the leaves despawn. It's a little bit rough at the moment, but it stayed untouched. I haven't done anything with it. I didn't even put the glowstone lamps I usually put in these trees for this one. I want to leave it untouched because this is the oldest tree we have on the island. I also put on top of it some string so it doesn't catch on fire. You can see a little bit right there. And I'll see how long this tree lasts. Maybe in like 10 years from now, it'll still be there. And this is going to become a really old tree. I'm ready to see it pass through the years with great health. This area is surely starting to look nice, but there is one thing that still bugs me when looking at these trees here. They look amazing. I love the look of them. I love the mixed leaves. I don't have anything to criticize with the trees themselves. The problem I see mainly with these is under these trees. Like this area here, because I don't know if you ever went in pine tree forests, but the ground is not grass, I can tell you that. It isn't even close to be all grass. Like, all of this is really unrealistic for the type of forest we got going on here. I mean, there is grass, and there's going to be grass here, but there should be grass and also other things. I mean, you know how many, what's it called? These, like, the type of leaves that these trees have. Pine needles? Really? That's what it's called? I just had to search online because I had no clue on how to call these. In French, it's aiguille de pin, but I never thought that it would be needles. Like, aiguille is needle, like literal translation, but I didn't think it would call these leaves needles. Oh well, okay, they're needles. So basically, what I was trying to say is that on the ground in forests of these trees, you would find so many needles everywhere. And they kill the grass because they fall on the grass, and the grass dies, and it leaves dirt. That's why I wanted to put some of this coarse dirt every now and then, because I wanted to break up some of the grass we have, like, below these trees. I think the trees should have some of this coarse dirt, like, around the tree itself to give the idea of the grass dying below the tree, because first of all, sunlight, and second of all the needles that would fall from these trees. But I think coarse dirt is not quite enough to give the impression of actual needles and leaves falling on the ground. Then I was thinking, what else could we use? And I think Podzol is a solution for us. One double chest worth of Podzol ready to be delivered to Home Island. Here we go. Woohoo! I love this nether hub. That minecart is glitching the heck out. What's going on with that? That's crazy. Oh, that was weird. Well, they made it here. I knew that my idea wasn't stupid. I like this. I put some Podzol every now and there, and I also put some coarse dirt around the tree trunks at the bottom to make it like if the needles in the tree fell on the ground and kill a little bit of the grass, and also this could be like a needle pile. I don't know, that's what I thought Podzol could be like. And I also put some roots to all of these trees, some mushrooms around, some plants, some flowers. I pretty much polished the whole area, and I like the way this looks. These trees, this is like the final look of them now, I think. The bottom looks good and the top looks good. So now I have finally developed a template with you guys that I can basically replicate this tree with the bottom and the top all over my island. So from now on, every time I'm going to make another tree area in the island, I'm not going to have to show you my thought process for developing the trees. I can just basically look at these ones and just use these as examples and rebuild the same kind of design over at other places. But I'm going to take you on a little walk through the path here now that the whole area is finished. And this is what it looks like, with all the Podzol and the coarse dirt and everything mixed up with the area. This is now going down. I didn't put Podzol everywhere so far. I only put it around these 4 trees here. I just wanted to see what it looks like before I decide to do the whole island with this system. But I think this really looks good. And I think I'm going to put this below every single one of these trees. And I think that's going to break up the monotonous look of the grass and make some more variety in the island's fauna. But anyways, I think that'll be it for this episode of the Minecraft Let's Play series. I really hope you enjoyed. I really hope I provided you with some enjoyment for today. A smile on your face, a laugh, a chuckle. Something good. I have something to tell you guys. You remember a couple episodes ago when I asked you what kind of banner design I wanted to put on Home Island? Well, I didn't ask you what I wanted to put. I asked you what you think I should put on Home Island, like these banners here. And I have waited quite a while. And so far, I haven't gotten many suggestions. Actually, I haven't gotten a single one of them. So I'm going to say that this episode is the deadline for the banner choosing. If you guys don't suggest anything between this episode's release and the next one, then I'm going to basically choose a banner design of my own for Home Island because I have a couple ideas I worked out a while ago now, and I think that will be good looking for this area. But I just wanted to give you guys just the opportunity to suggest something of your own creation. So it's not the time yet that I'm going to do that myself, but you don't have that much time to decide on a suggestion anymore. So if you have any ideas, please leave it down in the description because I want to see your banner ideas for that. Anyways, that'll be it for this one. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. MaitreDesBlocs out. Whoops. Out. I don't want you look under my pants all the time. Out. Okay, now I'm actually out. Yeah. Bye.